It's Fairytale Fête week here at the Southfield Public Library, so welcome to the Fairytale Fête in the kitchen.
In honor of us showing the Princess Bride movie this week, we decided to cook a few different recipes from the official Princess Bride Cookbook by Jen Fujikawa.
So if you're in the mood for enchanting breakfasts, valiant desserts, or triumphant drinks, you are in the right place.
These recipes are perfect for the whole Brute squad.
And in the movie, Wesley says, as you wish, but here in the kitchen, we are saying,
As you dish. Now we're going to make some cookies. So we all love the point in a fairy tale where true love wins in the end. And so to commemorate that moment in the Princess Bride movie, we're going to make some cookies, and they're called Two Loves Kiss cookies, and they use Hershey Kisses. So let's get started. The first thing you're going to want to do is, in an hour, you're going to want to set your oven to 375 degrees. And if you have a parent, you might want to ask them to do that. But you want to let your dough chill for an hour first. So let's just start combining things, and we'll turn our oven on in a little bit. So first, I'm going to take our butter right here and put it into this bowl. And we have our sugar. And we're going to do 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. If you have an electric mixer, this is the perfect time to use it. But if you don't, like I don't right now, I'm just going to use this fork right here and then just cream that all together. It might take a few minutes, but eventually it'll start to kind of all meld together. All right, so you'll know it's done when it's nice and fluffy and kind of looks like this. And what we're going to do now is we're going to mix in the flour, the salt, and the cinnamon. So let's get that started. Start just mixing that a little bit at a time. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and add the 1/4 teaspoon of cinnamon and salt to this, and then just keep on stirring. And put in a little bit more of this flour. Let's go. All right, so when it's done, it might look a little bit crumbly, but that's okay. We're just gonna put some saran wrap on top of it, and we're gonna place it in the refrigerator for an hour, and it will firm up a little bit while it's in there. Okay, so we have our dough out of the fridge. What we're going to do now is we're gonna roll it into 1-inch balls with your hands, so make sure you wash your hands before you do this. So roll it into a little ball and then flatten it, and put a kiss inside, and then put some more dough on top. And it's just a perfect little ball. And we have our powdered sugar. You can either roll it in the powdered sugar or you can sprinkle the powdered sugar on top. I'm just going to sprinkle it on top at the very end. All right, when you're all done, they're gonna kind of look like this, and it's okay, they don't have to look perfect. It's a little bit messy, but they're gonna turn out just delicious. And you don't need to place them too far apart on the baking sheet because they're not gonna spread out very much. They're gonna stay pretty small and compact. So let's go ahead and put this in the oven for 12 minutes. Okay, so our timer just went off. Let's go open the oven and take out the cookies. Here they are. I'm going to transfer them to a cooling rack so that they can cool down completely because they are very hot. And then when they're all done, you can share yours with your true love.
If you're looking for something refreshing and miraculous,
then you might want to try this recipe that's inspired by character Miracle Max. It's the paper cut lemon juice.
but make sure if you get a paper cut that you don't pour lemon juice on it. The first step in the paper cut lemon juice is to make simple syrup. So in a medium saucepan, you want to stir together sugar and water and bring it to a boil. When it's a nice boil like this, you're going to watch it until the sugar dissolves. Once it's all dissolved, you have your simple syrup, but you're going to want to let it cool before you do anything else with this recipe. The next step is to make the lemon limeade part of the juice. So first you'll need 2 cups of lemon juice. The freshest lemon juice comes from freshly juiced lemons, so if you have those, that is a great thing to do. When you have your lemon juice all measured out, you can pour it into a large pitcher. Once you're all set with your lemon juice, it's time to cut up some limes to get 1 cup of lime juice. Once you measure out your lime juice, pour it into the pitcher with the lemon juice. Once your lemon and lime juice are in your pitcher, it's time to pour in 3 cups of cold water. The next step is to add all of the simple syrup you just made right into the pitcher with everything else. And then you'll give it a good stir and put it in the refrigerator until you're ready to serve. Once you're ready to serve it, pour it over ice and enjoy. So if you're familiar with the movie, you know that Gilder and Florin are sworn enemies, but there's nothing that the people of Gilder like more than a nice peaceful breakfast in the morning. So we are going to make Gilder's peaceful porridge next. So for this recipe, you're going to need to use the stove. We don't have a stove here, so we're going to use a hot plate. You'll need a medium-sized saucepan, and it's really easy because everything goes into the saucepan. So you'll start with some oats. You'll need about 2.5 cups of milk. You can use your milk of choice. We're going to use almond milk today. And then you're going to add some brown sugar, some salt, cinnamon, some nutmeg, and last, some vanilla extract. And then you're going to turn on your stove, heat it up to medium heat until it's at a boil. While you're waiting for it to heat up, make sure you give it a good stir to make sure everything is all mixed up together. And then once it comes to a boil, you want to turn it down and simmer it for 5 to 7 minutes or until it's nice and thick. All right, so it's at a boil, so we're going to turn it down to a simmer. Okay, so once it's thick to your liking, it'll kind of look like this. And it smells amazing. So then you can serve it right away. You can put it into some bowls. And the whole recipe makes 4 servings, so that's perfect if you're making it with your family. And then you can top it with some blackberries or other berries of your choice. And pecans are really good, or any other kind of nut that you want. And then you're good to go with your Gilder's Peaceful Porridge.